the hilarity continues. No. Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Roll Call, a show where some friends get together and make silly voices and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, this sounds about right.
Before we get started tonight, I have some announcements.
Ooh.
Shocking, I know. No, not any sponsors or anything like that.
You're having a page?
No.
D&D Beyond.
For starters, look at this fancy new layout that we have. It's so cool and amazing.
Ooh, fancy.
It's painstakingly constructed by myself with the assistance of my cast. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy that. If you look to below me here I'm trying to point below my camera, but I don't directions. You'll see a graphic slideshow. That's the word. Graphic slideshow that shows some infographics about our characters that we'll be playing. As well as some miscellaneous announcements for the channel itself. Second announcement. Starting this Tuesday, the actual date escapes me, but this coming Tuesday, I personally will be hosting a new show on our Twitch stream called Brewcraft, where I will sit for a few hours and change and hang out with people in chat and homebrew some stuff while I drink craft alcoholic beverages. It should be fun. This week's episode is going to be spooky and focus on legends of horror film. I will be making monster stat blocks for the likes of Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, and Leatherface, while I drink Necromango-Con, a mango and black pepper mead that is brewed by Bee Nectar Meadery.
Ooh.
I think that's all for our announcements. So, without further ado, let's jump back into our session, our game in media res, as the group has just encountered, well, two separate groups have just come together without knowing each other and just encountered a owlbear, but not just any normal owlbear, an owlbear that has been tainted by a thing only known as the Blight. So let's bring everybody over to the game here. Let's move our... There we go. So, I'd like to start by having everyone roll initiative.
There's the words that I've been waiting for.
Yay.
Waiting for 2 weeks to hear those words.
Okay, remember, make sure you select your token or you click initiative.
Yes, make sure you select your token before you click initiative.
Okay.
Okay. Not amazing. Could have been better.
Dude, I don't know how to click my token. I don't know what that means.
You find your token and
I
you
just
click
clicked
on it.
initiative. But what's my token, dude?
Your token is the one that's looks like you. That has
this
Brina
one.
Brina underneath the token.
This is your token.
Did I do it? I think I'm fine.
Yeah, you did. You rolled initiative. You didn't select your token. So
Dude, that's so confusing. I'm on my character sheet.
Yeah, you have to.
We've
You have
never
to click.
been over this part.
Yes, we have.
We've never had a token before, and nothing on my screen looks like the tokens that you linked in
Okay,
Discord.
so the good news is I can fix this. Don't worry about it.
I
Add
don't have
turn.
a token, friend.
Add
You
turn.
don't have a token.
Initiative
Oh,
7.
no.
You do. It's Brina right there. I can see her.
It's literally not on my screen, dude. Well, now it is, but I didn't see it beforehand.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, like it had to get added there, though.
No,
Like, I don't know
it's been there the
you
whole
must
time.
have done that. It
All right,
wasn't. It
boys-
just had a spell.
boys-
It literally just had a spell.
Boys, please roll initiative.
I will screenshot and text it to you.
Okay.
That'll do it.
Yes, that's
Now it
very,
only
very
has
good.
Isaac.
Fight
Okay.
me, bear.
So, do I use it from the character sheet, or I actually do it from the token? How do I do it for the token? I don't remember how to do that.
I don't have it set up like that yet, so go ahead and just
Yeah, I don't think we have macros. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
yeah,
just
select the
click
token,
your
then go to your
token and
character
roll
sheet.
from your
Then just go to the character sheet. Okay, perfect. Makes sense.
It's like we've never played D&D before ever.
I know.
Yep.
We're like a
Crazy.
well-oiled machine, everybody.
So good, guys.
Well-oiled.
So good.
Yep.
Sorry,
And
I
Brina
used-
still has those 2 cards.
I use dice. I know. I still have 2
It's
dice.
all
I don't
right.
even know
I don't
why.
think people can see that on the actual stream, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. Then throwback. I drew 2 dice on roll 20, and I don't. No, 2 cards, and I don't know how to get rid of them. So
Okay, so now what we do is we set that to descending order, and I have music.
Wow.
Yeah.
So look what we got. We got a natural 20, a 9, an 8, an 8, and a 7. We're on top of this, guys.
Yeah.
So good.
Here we go.
Okay. Let me just fix this real quick. Okay, now everyone can see the initiative tracker. Good. All right. So first to act is Isaac.
Sweet. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Hunter's Mark that bad boy.
Okay. And what does it look like when you cast the Hunter's Mark spell?
Okay. So you look over to Isaac, gun pointing at this gigantic owl bear abomination creature. His eyes flash this deep, deep, deep blue for around like half a second, and then a swirling energy starts kind of like momentarily flashes over the owlbear's head and then dissipates.
All right. And the owlbear is sufficiently hunter's marked. That was your bonus action. You still have
Yep.
an action and movement if you would like.
Yeah. Let me 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, I'm going to move here and then I'm going to take a shot at him.
All right.
All right. That's a 19 to hit.
19 does in fact hit. Go ahead and roll your
Okay.
damage with your revolver as you draw this. What does your revolver look like?
All right, I take out this kind of like fat looking, somewhat tinkered with revolver, thick barrel, thick chamber. Like it's been customized with like a little bits and bobs, some hand carving, some metal scraped away, some tarnished, like it's seen plenty of use, and all silver with a wooden handle that you can barely see from his grip. And I fire. It's 7 damage from that,
All right.
3 damage from that, and 3 damage from that. So that's
6 and 7
That's-
is 13.
yes. Yes.
All right, yeah, that is a hefty shot as you draw your revolver, draw the hammer back and fire. There is a loud, cacophonous roar of almost the sound of thunder as the projectile exits the barrel, and it echoes out into this dark forest as you hear various creatures become frightened of this noise and kind of scurry off in the distance. Yeah, that is a hefty hit. That's going to bring us to Estelle.
Okay. So she is actually going to use Bless.
Okay,
So,
and who are you
let's
casting
see.
that on?
She will be casting it on Isaac, Brina, and Wit.
Okay.
So
And what does it look like when you cast Bless?
So she is holding her mace, and she actually kind of takes it to herself and does a silent prayer, and a light emits, and all of a sudden, Brina, Wit, and Isaac have like a very faint glow for a few seconds, and that's that spell.
Okay. So the three of you feel this radiant light kind of emit from the very center of your beings for just a moment, and then it fades. And you are blessed. You have a bonus action and movement if you would like to use it, Estelle.
She will move. Let's see. Yeah. She's okay. I think she'll just go forward for right now, because it wouldn't be a good idea for her to get into combat range and not attack. So that'll be all for now, because I don't have any bonus action things for her.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, this begs the question, Wit, what is your dexterity score?
Mine?
No, Wit.
No.
You may be muted. Yep.
I am muted. Let's take a look. Let's see. I have my pop out here.
I'm pretty sure it's higher than 12, so actually you're going to go before the owlbear.
Yeah, it's 16, so.
So yes, you are next to act, Wit. What would you like to do?
Okay, so previously, I remember Wit had drawn his rapier, but looking at how I think he goes to step forward and move towards this thing, and then he realizes it's pretty enormous in comparison. And so he's going to do the smart thing, sheathe his rapier back, and then reach to his back and pull out a short bow. And then he's going to try and fire off a couple arrows from the comfort behind this fire, because he just assumes that, like, hey, fire is going to keep away animals. He'll easily just slide over there, and as he does so, he's going to take a pop shot at this creature.
All right.
Gonna be short bow. Let's see if it works.
Yes, that hits.
All right. Yeah. All right. Cool. So he just launches this arrow and gets a decent shot. And he looks to Brina, because if I remember correctly, Brina had cast like minor illusion to like hide herself in a box.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, she's in a crate right now. Right.
He shoots this arrow, and then he looks over, and just to see if, like, I'm doing things. Are you gonna follow up? Like, is this what's happening here?
All right.
And then he'll move into cover behind the fire, and then prep himself for the inevitable onslaught.
All right. So that is going to bring us to the owlbear. The owlbear, not seeing a target in front of him in Brina, is going to go to the next closest thing that hurt him, and it's going to barrel over this log and come over to Isaac. And as it does so, you watch as two massive tendrils kind of emerge from its back, black inky tendrils, and you can see now as it has gotten closer that its face is gnarled, and there is just black ichor that is pouring from the inside of its beak. And you hear a voice come from the owlbear as it says, "Feed."
Hello, beautiful.
And two tendrils lash out at you.
Do owlbears normally do that?
No. That is a 13 and a 25 to hit.
My armor class is 13.
All right. So these two black tendrils make impact with you, and you can feel the essence of your very being leaving your body as you take 12 points of necrotic damage from the two tendrils. And
All
then
right.
it's going to be the owlbear's turn. Brina, it is
Still
your
the
turn.
owl's turn? Oh, okay. All right. I am going to cast Thunder Wave from my box.
Okay.
Which is 2d8. Now, do I just type 2d8 in the little...
Let's see.
You should
I
be
think
able
you
to
can.
click Thunderwave, but you can do /R, then type in 2d8, and then
Yeah,
it'll
you should
calculate it.
be able to click Thunderwave on your character sheet if you've
Well,
got
I've
it.
clicked it like twice and nothing's happening, so...
Okay, so do
well,
/R.
You broke your character sheet. Good.
Yeah, you broke. Okay.
Alright, 2d8. Let's go. Ooh.
Okay.
what's that?
Okay.
And what is your spell save DC? It should be located on the spells sheet, the spells section of your character sheet.
13.
13. All right. So we are going to make a Constitution saving throw. That is a 16. So the owlbear succeeds. It is going to take half of 9, which is going to be 4 in thunder damage, and it is not
Half
pushed.
of 9?
Well,
Yeah.
it's rounded down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is going to take.
From 16?
No, you rolled it. No, it
You
rolled.
rolled 9.
You rolled 9
Oh,
points.
I
Yeah, you
saw
rolled
the
9
8.
points of damage. Yeah.
I just multiplied the 8 twice. And I've had like 2 hours of sleep, so
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's-
know.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
how are you feeling today?
a little delirious. It's going well.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay. So yeah, the owlbear is going to take that, and I'm gonna say that
Oh.
while you are still encased in your illusion, hey, you figured it out.
I did, but not.
Yeah,
Like
a little
the
too,
times,
a little,
guys.
little too late.
I know. It's making me do it over and over.
Oh
But
no.
now it's catching up. Now,
It's
and
okay.
Sabrina all of a sudden just has a bunch of lightning
yeah.
storms
Now there's just a
coming out of her
million
hands.
thunder waves.
Oh, it's like the printer.
I'm gonna
You
say
hit
because you
print
did that, it's going to have advantage on its next intelligence investigation check to figure out that your illusion is an illusion.
That checks out. Yes. There's
Boxes don't normally do that.
Boxes don't normally do that, and this one's smarter than your average owlbear. So, all right, Isaac, it is your turn.
All right. So judging by the token, is like the token shows that it isn't within 5 feet of me, but like, is it actually like right in front of me, or is it actually that far back?
Its tendrils have reach, so if you move from where you are, it is going to get an attack of opportunity with its tendrils.
Okay. Okay. Noted. Then in that case, Isaac kind of gets down low a little bit, and then a quick gust of winds pops out from him, and he is going to first make a shot at this thing.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
Jeez, this is your second 20.
Well, it's not a natural 20.
Yeah, it's not a natural 20.
Oh.
It's only
So that's-
15.
Yeah, so that's 3, 2, and 1.
And an additional D8 for the Zephyr Strike.
Oh, yeah, right. Sweet.
Mm.
Where did I make the macro? No, I didn't, but I'll just roll a d8.
Yep.
Pop. And another one. Excellent.
Okay, perfect. So that's 7 points of damage.
All right, and I am going to reposition myself.
Just throwing it out there. Twitch says we went offline.
What?
I know. I've refreshed it like 3 times. It says we're
It
offline.
shows that it still shows that
It still
For
shows
what?
online for me.
I keep refreshing it, and it's like I'll click. It says I'm hosting it, and then I click on it, And it says
Okay.
channels
Can
offline.
we double check
we're
real
back.
quick? We're-
We might be back.
Okay.
Okay.
It was
And
only
I'm-
for like 3 seconds.
All right, and then I'm gonna move. Let me think here. I will move over here.
Yeah, I'm
Just-
showing that
and
we're
then just-
live
just-
on Streamlabs.
So yeah, you just see as he just like quick fires up, like cocks the hammer back, fires, lands, and then just inhuman speed. He is now behind Cornelius. Just whoosh.
Yeah, you all watch as this gust of wind kind of kicks up underneath Isaac, and as he fires the shot, the projectile has barely left the barrel before he is just up and over that log, around the fire, and behind the tent and behind Cornelius.
Ooh.
So that is going to bring us to Estelle.
Okay. Well, so this is she's never run into this situation before. This is a little spooky. So she is going to cast Shield of Faith on herself.
Okay.
Oh wait, don't I also get one more D something for bless?
No, that's just for your attack roll.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I hit anyway. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Attack rolls
And
and
then-
saving throws. Yeah.
After doing bless, she is going to actually cast Toll the Dead.
You mean shield?
Yes.
Yeah. After doing Shield of Faith, you're gonna do Toll the Dead. Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
And that should be a D12 for her, so that should be 8 damage.
Right, because it is.
And it's
damaged.
necrotic as well.
Correct. As you unleash this Toll the Dead, I mean you've used this spell sparingly, mostly in practice, because while you were in training to at the with the Church of the Mother, they teach you to defend yourself as well.
Right.
So you've only used it in practice, and you've seen what it can do. It appears that this type of damage doesn't seem to have quite as much of an effect as it should. At least
Okay.
not on this creature.
Okay, well, she's going to do that, and she is going to move away from this creature because it's a little spooky. It's
It's a little spooky.
it's a little spooky. It's not cool. Let's see. Let's have her move. That's 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
she's gonna
you would
go
have
back
to move
here.
through the fire to do 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jump over fire. Let's just move. Actually, that would be 115. Another 15. Okay, that's 30 right there. There we go.
Okay.
And that's it. So brave.
All right. So that's going to bring us to Wit.
All right. So Wit has fired off kind of this shot. He's seen all this stuff going on all at the same time. He looks back to Cornelius. All right, Corny. Good question. Do you any good in a fight at all? Like at all?
I mean, I've done things before, but I'm a little scared right now, to be honest.
All right. Well, hiding under the cart will work for now. But if things get hairy, I may need you. So.
Sure
Yeah.
thing. Sure. Yep. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. And he sticks his bow, the next arrow. He sticks it into the fire, and he lets the tip like warm up on the end of the at the end of the arrow. And then he looks up, and he's gonna fire like this warmed, heated arrow into this owl bear. Seeing all these black, icky tendrils coming off of it, his mind starts clicking, and he starts thinking about how he can take this thing down. And one of the things that he knows is that sometimes monsters are more susceptible to flame. And so he is gonna take that down, pull out that arrow, and try to launch it, preferably at the face, something that might blind him if possible.
Okay. So it's not gonna give it fire damage, granted fire
Right.
damage per se, because you're just doing it really quickly.
Yeah, I'm just warming it up.
But yeah, I'll say that that's good enough to give you an additional +1 on your roll.
Okay, that's perfect. So we'll hit the short bow. Let's see what comes.
And you're blessed, so don't forget
And
to
I'm
roll
blessed,
your bless.
so the D4, right?
Mhm.
How do I? Is there a macro in there that I can do bless for, or do I just roll the additional D4?
There should be a macro on your sheet, but we'll just roll a D4 for now, and I'll show you how to set it up on your sheet.
It's slash D4.
/R space
/RD4.
RD4. Okay. /RD4.
Oh, there should be a space between the R and the D.
Oh, R
Yeah.
D4. Okay.
There you go.
Okay,
Additional
so
2.
that's a 2, and then a 1. That's just enough to hit with a 14.
Perfect. Okay. Cool.
So that's 5 piercing damage from
So
your
that's
arrow.
5 piercing. Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
And he will move, preferably back towards, closer towards Cornelius, because he wants to protect his investment, as it is.
Sure,
Move
sure.
A little bit closer toward him, and then that will be the end of my round.
All right. That is going to bring us to the owlbear, who has figured out that box isn't exactly what it seems, so it's going to lumber back over this log and loom over Brina and is going to lash out at her with its beak and claws.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
weird.
good. Yeah.
So that is a natural 1 for the beak. Not good.
Oh, that is what I like to hear.
But
Yeah.
a 15 to hit for the claws, which I believe hits you.
It probably does.
Yeah, your armor class is 13.
I'm a small person.
You're a small. So yeah, you're going to take 8 points of slashing damage from the claws as they rake across your
Did you say 8
face.
points?
Yes, 8.
Okay. That's like half my health. That's fine.
Yeah, I noticed that. You must have rolled really poorly because everyone else I think has 20 or above.
Mhm.
Okay, I roll legit. If I roll like a 2 or something, I'll keep it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, no, you're good.
It sucks, but that's the
Yeah.
breaks.
Yeah, it sucks when you get in melee.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you're gonna take 8 points of slashing damage, and that is going to end the owlbear's turn. Brina, at the start of your turn, while this owlbear is looming over you, you can feel like you can feel this blight, this sickness coming off of it. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right, you're testing my roll 20 skills.
The time has come.
On your character
I know.
sheet, you will see on the left-hand side the box that says saving throws. Click Constitution.
Oh, there we go. It's definitely not where it is on
19.
that.
Okay,
Not
nice.
bad.
19. Yeah, you managed to stave off whatever sort of effect was looming with this blighted owlbear, and it is your turn.
Thank the Lord. Well, I was going to use an ability. I was going to use Hideous Laughter, but I feel less funny now that I'm almost dead. So we're going to use...
Suddenly it's not funny anymore.
Not funny. I don't want to.
It was funny for a second, but it's not funny
So,
anymore.
we are going to probably Fairy Fire.
Okay.
But yeah, because well, actually, Thunderwave wasn't terrible. It just didn't
Yeah, you
Like,
just didn't roll
it's a lot.
You just didn't roll great damage. I mean, you rolled max
Okay.
damage and minimum damage.
So then I want to do that again.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that's the only ability I have that does damage right now. So I'm gonna Thunder Wave. And
Sure.
Then,
Okay, so it's going to make.
and then
a
I would also like
Constitution
to get the heck out of where I am.
Yeah.
save. Okay.
like-
So it succeeds on its save. It rolled a 14. It's gonna
Check it
take.
again.
It's gonna take half damage, which is 5, and it is not pushed. So if you move from where you are, you are fully welcome to do that. But it is going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
Even just any movement.
You can move 5 feet away from it, and you will still be in its threatened range. But as soon as you move 10 feet from it, it will lash out at you with its tendrils.
Cantrips aren't the same as instants, are they? Like I can't use them in the same.
You already
Spaces,
used
yeah.
you already used your action to cast
Yeah,
Thunder
so it's
Wave.
not like an instant.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I've been playing a lot of Magic lately. Dang. Well, I want to roll over that log, but I don't want to die.
And it's up to you. Sometimes you
Honestly, I'll
gotta
probably die either way, though.
sometimes
Okay.
you gotta risk it for the biscuit. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to.
Okay. So
Coolly go
you
over that log.
so you rush and you dive over this log. It's going to make an attack of opportunity at you with its tendrils.
That's fine.
So actually, you would move past the log and up to here if you're trying to get away from its reach completely. Is that what you're trying to do?
I was trying to go like here, or even like in the log, if that's even possible.
Yeah, hide inside the log.
Okay. Well, running to
I don't know
go
if
get
that's
in,
possible.
running to go get inside the log is going to be 15 feet. So that will
What?
That
I
will
was
take
right
you-
Here, dude.
you were you were right here. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can go and try to do that. Yeah. Sure. It's still going to make an attack of opportunity at you as you're entering the log to try to hide.
Still worth it though.
I will give it disadvantage because you're getting inside of a log.
All right, cool.
But you're crawling inside this log. It's going to make its attack.
Just so we're clear,
That's it.
I had to go around in the log.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know if you can
Yes.
see the movement when
Oh,
I'm bringing it, but
Yeah.
I'm still 13.
13.
Wait a minute. Why are we seeing this page? We should be seeing a different page.
I thought it had disadvantage. That's fine.
Speculation, what the audience is saying.
Yeah, the audience shouldn't be able to see GM rolls.
Why? But that's the interesting part.
No.
I guess the problem would be for
because
us.
because most of you guys are in the audience.
Oh, but we're not
That is
actually
true.
watching it. I guess we could. We could start doing the metagame.
Okay. Well,
Well, I'm not looking at it that intently.
That intently.
it was a 13 to hit
Okay.
for 19 points of necrotic damage. So you
What?
so you fall unconscious.
Inside a log.
No, out
Inside a
as you're
log.
entering the log. You're not dead, but you're
Okay.
unconscious.
Just that image.
Girl,
is
I
perfect.
got you. Okay?
Okay.
I got you.
Guys, that's how much I quit this fight.
Getting some
Getting in this
deja vu
log,
here.
it's fine.
All right.
When the box fails, you get in a different type of box. Okay.
Get into a cylinder instead.
Yeah. why
Yeah,
is that
a wooden
showing?
cylinder.
Yeah.
It's all good.
That should not be showing.
Well, guys,
I
now
may
we
have
know
to. I may
like,
have to.
zoom in
I may have
so
to
that-
manually roll. I was trying to hide that by going in, by setting the stream up to view as a player, but for some reason it's still showing GM rolls to me as a player, which is not ideal. All
I
right.
petition we all manually roll. But it's fine.
All right.
The sound the dice.
That's gonna bring us
Beautiful.
to the top of the round with Isaac.
All right. 20. Yeah. I guess I'll take another shot. And where did it? There it is. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, 20 definitely hits.
Jeez, all these rolls that you've been
Six,
doing.
yeah, 6.
Wow.
They roll
One
like 5 and then they.
and 2. But yeah, okay, that's
All
9.
right. 9 points.
9
9 more points of damage. As again, your revolver expels another projectile. Just loud gunshots echoing through this dark forest at this point. That's gonna bring us to Estelle. If you don't want, if you don't.
Before I'm done, I'm gonna move behind the carriage.
Okay. Ever the courageous hunter, Isaac hides
Right.
behind the carriage.
We're all very courageous people. Here we are. We're hiding behind.
Estelle, it's your turn.
Okay, so Estelle sees Brina get attacked and fall unconscious. So Estelle is going to move to Brina. That should be 25. And then she is going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Okay, and that'll be a level 1.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then that's also yeah, okay, so I guess it's just 4, unfortunately.
Yeah, because you rolled a 1.
Yep, I rolled a 1.
All right. So, Brina, you feel this surge of energy enter your body as you regain consciousness with 4 hit points.
All right.
Anything else Estelle would like to do?
That's all I can do for now.
All right. That's going to bring us to Wit.
I was thinking, is it smart to intimidate an owlbear into submission?
You go, man. You go.
I'm almost thinking about doing it.
I feel like you would do that.
I feel like I would. I think Wit is just like, he looks at the short bow, sees that it's not doing great in this situation. It's just pissing the owlbear off more. He sheathes the short bow behind him, and he like gets this glint in his eye, and you start hearing this like guttural sound come from his mouth as I'm gonna start speaking in Infernal
Okay.
to this creature, right? Like just trying to be as big and bold and aggressively large as I can.
Well,
And it's just like this weird backwards tongue rolling as I try to intimidate the crap out of this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
well,
I
let's
mean,
hope it's a brown bear, not a black bear.
Let's hope. Hey,
It can go one or two ways.
it can go one of two ways. Oh man, that roll was good though. I'll take it.
it was good,
Hey.
but I mean, the owlbear doesn't speak your language.
Ah, fuck.
It's an owlbear. I mean, yes, you heard the singular word feed.
Yeah, so I thought it could understand.
Maybe it's an intellectual.
Maybe
Yeah,
it was
I wanna. Oh, well, you know, I didn't think of that. Thanks, Isaac. I didn't think about that. Next time, I'll talk in common to the owl bear with tendrils coming out of his arms.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Yes, after, like, obviously it doesn't seem to be phased by my bravado. I'm like, shit. And I'll pull out my rapier and, like, I'm gonna try and charge at it. I know it's a dumb decision,
Okay.
but I'm gonna try and, like, just shank this thing
Sure.
as
ahead.
best I can. That seems dumb.
See, Wit's a hero.
Yeah,
Wits.
look at him go.
Look at this brave man
Wit's
that's
a
about to die.
baller. I'll take it. Okay, that's
All right,
pretty
so
decent.
you run-
Plus
so you run
do
up
I
to
still
it.
get the D4 too for the attack?
Well, you don't need it. 17
bless?
hits. Yeah, 17 hits.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty hefty hit with 11 points of damage as you run forward and jab your rapier up underneath of its like armpit, basically, like just narrowly missing its heart. And it lets out a terrible roar.
Yep. That's how it's gonna be. And I think I'm just gonna like as I stab into him, I'm gonna crawl up the arm and like just perch myself up there, holding it in there.
Oh shit!
Okay. Well, it doesn't like that very much, so it's going to attack you with its beak and claws. That is a beak, and that is a claws. So the claws do not hit, but the beak does for 6 points of piercing damage. And that's going to bring us to Brina.
I forgot to mention, Brina. You had bless when the
Yeah.
owlbear attacked you. You could have used it to avoid.
Dude, you didn't tell me what it was. All you
I-
said was, I'm blessed. You said that we turned blue or something, and
Oh, I thought you knew what it
Hey,
was.
thanks for the
And I
follow.
said, good thing I'm blue or whatever. I was like, that's good.
No, okay,
Keep
so the
going.
bless spell means that you can use a 1d4 to either, add a 1d4 to your attack roll or a saving throw.
See, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
she didn't make a saving throw to.
Well,
made a constitution.
well,
Yeah,
it's
and she
she got attacked. She got hit with a tendril, a 17 or 13 to hit with a disadvantage. She can't subtract. It's not like Bane where you subtract the D4
No.
from the attack roll.
yeah. Oh, it's an attack roll or saving throw. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have
yeah.
done anything.
Yeah,
okay.
your bless wouldn't have saved you. By the way,
If
thanks
it
for
was
the
relevant, it would
thanks
have
for the
come
follow, Truth's Arbitrator.
Yay!
Hey!
up. Okay. Well, so I'm alive now. I guess I'm still. I can't see through this thing, can I? So. Oh, I'm sitting right outside, right?
Yeah, you're right outside the log. You didn't actually get into the log.
Yeah, and Saul's like trying to wake you up. Like, are you okay?
You are prone, so you can stand up. That takes half your movement speed to stand up.
Yeah. I have this ability called suggestion. But I'm really trying to think of what I could try to. I've been trying for like 3 turns to try to think of what I could be suggesting this owlbear do. That would be convincing. I can't like suggest it go stand in the fire pit thing.
So
Well, the creature has to be able to understand.
it has to be able to understand you, and it has to be able to speak a
I can talk to
language that well,
Oh, you
it's
can
you
talk to-
can you can
That's
speak
another
to
spell.
you can speak to
actually can.
small beasts naturally
This
as
is very
a forest
small.
gnome.
Small is relative. Okay, so
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna use. I think I will do the hideous laughter. and
Okay.
See if I can knock him
Tiny
into a
owl
fit of laughter.
Laugh, owlbear, laugh.
Yeah. Maybe
What would an
he'll
owl
get
bear laugh
distracted.
sound like? Oh my god.
I hope.
We're
I
gonna
hope.
find out right now.
Sounds horrific.
We're gonna find out.
Creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilarious. Okay, wisdom saving throw.
Are you wise? Are you? No, he's an owl. Of course he's wise.
Of course he's wise.
No, he's covered in tendrils.
And to maintain some level of mystery, I'm rolling this manually.
Thank you.
Ooh.
That's a natural 1.
That's what I.
Hey!
So,
Guys,
what do
he's
you
about to be
what?
laughing.
Yeah, what do you say? What do you say to get this owlbear to laugh?
You know, you actually don't tell it a joke, but I could try.
I mean, you can do whatever. You can.
Yeah, it's anything. Everything is funny. So
You
what do you
can
make?
insult its mom. You can do whatever you like.
Well, he probably, yeah, I don't know. His mom is probably annoying. I don't know.
Is his mom an
Again.
owl?
Your mom's
Dude.
annoying.
Dude, I've had 2 hours of sleep.
It's okay.
Smells
So
of elderberries.
Right now, his mom is annoying and smells of elderberries. That's like
Perfect.
the max insult. Right
so you thrust this insult out into the ether, and it enters the owlbear's ears, and the owlbear kind of stops for a moment. And falls prone on the ground.
There we go.
I do want to move though. Still, can I do that?
Sure. Yeah, it's prone
Yeah.
and incapacitated right now. So
Sweet. I just want to be on the other side of the log.
okay. Isaac, it's your turn.
All right. Well, it's prone, which is going to make my life a little harder, but I'm going to still try to fire.
Okay. So
That's usually easier.
Not for me.
Not with ranged attacks. So go ahead and attack.
I
with
like
disadvantage.
specifically thought it would help us.
No, it will. It does help us because
Oh,
now
okay.
It will help
saving-
Wit.
it's good. Yeah, it is
Wit's
good.
like sitting there on the arm, looks up at you with the flipping gun, and is like,
He's laying on the ground laughing, and you're like,
Yeah.
dang
Please.
it, now I can't hit him.
Yeah,
please,
you
please
did
make
do
this good.
something. All right. Okay. Can I make a shot from here, or do we need to move
No,
to another
it's-
angle?
It's toppled over and crushed that tent, so
Okay.
you can see it.
Okay. Then here we go with that juicy disadvantage. 15. Can I add less to that?
15 does.
Oh, it does hit. All right. Sweet.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
Wait, what? Oh no. It's just 10.
Yeah. It's
Wait,
just
no,
10.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's 10.
auto rolls the crit damage. It's all good.
Yeah.
So it's 10,
Okay, so
10
it's
damage.
10 plus. God, all these ones.
It's
would be-
always one.
There
so-
we go. There we go.
So I have a question for you,
Yes.
or rather a declarative. Paint me a picture.
Okay, here we go.
Hey.
As this owlbear falls down laughing, and this is something that Isaac has not seen before. This creature is just cracking up laughing, and so he just calmly walks out, like kind of looks at Brina, looks at Wit, looks at this creature, cocks the hammer against his chest, aims down at its dead center of its body mass, fires, and as the bullet hits its chest, arcane energy like doubles the impact and then triples the impact and then just whoosh, and then there's just a gigantic hole in the chest.
All right. So yeah, the bullet penetrates the thick hide of the owlbear and just leaves a massive gaping hole as the laughter turns to a chuckle, turns to a gurgle, turns to a death rattle. And the tainted owlbear is no more.
Shit. All right.
I feel like we're not celebrating enough, you guys.
And with that,
Yay.
Da,
okay.
da, 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 da.
Every time.
All right. Isaac walks up to Cornelius and looks at him like, what's Cornelius doing right now?
Currently cowering underneath the cart.
He gets down on his knees and looks at him and says, well, it's safe. Come on out.
Are you sure? Are you
See
sure
for
there's
yourself.
kind of pokes his head
It's
out.
safe, Corny. Come on out.
But what if there's more of those things?
I hope not. I really hope not. And oh Jesus, it's all over me.
Yeah, in fact,
Oh yeah, it probably would be.
in fact, Wit, I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw because of your proximity to this.
Yeah. No, that's perfectly fair. I was on top of him when you shot him in the face. Let's see. Constitution. Where are you? There we go.
All right. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Come on out. It's fine. It's safe now. It's dead. And he kicks one of the claws for good measure, just to make sure. Yeah, no, it's
All right.
dead.
So there's something that I like to do sometimes in games, and that is go ahead and roll me a luck check. That's going to be a D20 plus your proficiency bonus, which is currently 2. So go ahead and roll a D20 plus 2.
Everyone or just Wit?
No, just Wit when he kicks the owlbear corpse.
Oh goodness. I don't.
It reanimates and
D20 plus
2. Yep.
I'm more thinking like Diablo when you.
Yeah, I was like, it's like Diablo.
Roll right /R
Most of the time you get
Space
nothing.
D20
sometimes
plus
you
2.
do.
plus 2. D20 plus 2. Okay.
Okay,
there you
16. All right, yeah, you kick it, and there's a loud thud.
go. Yeah. No, it's dead. Like
Well,
a loud thud.
Yeah, just like hitting a side of beef with a baseball bat,
okay.
basically.
Yeah.
Cornelius crawls out from underneath the cart. Well, that was certainly something. It's a good thing you two came along when you did. I don't know that little Brina there would have been alive otherwise.
Your
Yeah.
assessment is very fair. And then I walk past him over to Brina and Estelle. First thing I do is I look at Estelle. You did well. You all right?
yes, I am unharmed. I'm glad I was able to get to her in time at least.
You did very well. Miss?
Am I there?
Miss? He's kind of like, are you in the log right now?
No, I'm behind.
No, you're behind it. All right, he walks over to you. You okay?
Better. Still not great, but definitely better thanks to Estelle. Oh, thanks to that lady. There. Do we know her? I've never seen her before.
I guess you're talking to Wit, right? Like,
Yeah.
do we know her?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me get a gander. Let me see. And like as he's walking over, he's like, "What are you talking about? Know her?" And he stops. Yeah, I know you. At least I think I know you. Yeah. You wouldn't happen to be... No. I can't possibly be. You look like somebody who was... I don't mean to pry, but you look like someone who was getting ready to be married. Am I right?
Because of my dress or because
No. I recognized your face.
oh.
You know, he's got flyers out all over mentioning that event. There's not a moment that goes by that I don't know about that stuff.
Oh.
So, you want to explain why you're out here instead of over there?
Isaac steps in between them. I could ask you the same question.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, there's no need for that. These two are just escorting me. They're my protectors, I guess. I guess you could say
Damn
that.
straight.
Yes, and this man is my protector.
Well, that's good. That's good. You know, we could probably use some more on our little adventure to the north. If you're interested, there's plenty of coin in it for you.
I'm not really interested in coin, but are you
She
going
doesn't-
to the north?
Yes, we're heading to Ren.
How could somebody not be interested in coin?
It's so dumb. Besides, she doesn't need it, Corny. She's very, very well to do. It'll be fine. She'll be all right.
Well,
Won't
I more meant for the rugged-looking gentleman who is protecting her.
Who clearly does not have such coin.
Oh yes, yes, rugged-looking gentleman. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I appreciate your sensitivity and choice of words.
I
But
would have called you a crap bag, but that's fine. You're
now
rugged.
what have I done
Rugged works.
but come here and assist where help was needed? Have I earned such a title?
It really was on his insistence that we came here since he was guiding the horse. So,
all right.
without
All right.
him,
Fair.
I don't know what would have happened to you both.
Thank you for your assistance. And he says this like kind of begrudgingly, like I was trying to make an impression on my employer, and you came along and just sort of shot him in the face. But yeah, I suppose if Corncob here wants to invite you along.
It's Cornelius.
Cornelius, sorry. I don't see why it would be a problem. And he looks over to Brina. What do you think? We could use a hand, I think. We've been doing this together for a while now. And I'm not going to lie. It was nice to know I had more backup.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to get healed soon, but
Oh,
these people look loaded. We have to help them.
I'm not saying I'm gonna leave you. That's dumb. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying, like, you're hurt. And if we end up finding any more of those, I'm a dodge and dive kind of guy. All right? I'm not a shank first, ask questions later kind of person.
Oh no, I'm with you. I think they're the best bet. For
All
sure.
right. Yeah. All right. And he kind of like tucks his collar, straightens himself up, kind of wipes some blood off, fixes his ascot, and he's like, "All right."
The normal things.
It seems we have come to a agreement there, sir. And he like extends his hand out to shake your hand, Isaac.
Before I agree to anything, let me make sure that I have all the pieces of the puzzle lined out in front of me in a clear picture.
Uh-huh.
So, from what I can tell, and I look over to the carriage, what do I see when I look over at this carriage?
You see a pretty nice looking carriage and two horses that are kind of grazing on the grass.
Oh, the horses are still there.
Yes.
Oh,
The
horses didn't look at the owlbear and were like,
Well, they were tied.
Well,
they
we
were
gotta
tied.
go.
They were tied up, so they weren't able to escape. But
They're pretty
oh,
well.
the horses just kind of looked over at the owlbear like, oh, that's normal.
they were tied
I'm gonna
up.
continue
They weren't
eating.
able to escape. However, your horse has run off.
Yeah. I'll deal with that later. So, the outskirts of this forest can't be more than a kilometer or so away at most. And yet, you all are traveling in literally the dark forest that you hear about in all those fairy tales. All those stories that you hear about, don't go into the deep, dark woods. These are those woods. So, the way that I see it, there's two possibilities on why you could be here. Instead of taking a train like a normal person, or taking a road. And both of them involved you not wanting to be found, seen, or noticed. So, if I'm to agree to any of this, and mind you, I am not opposed to bending the rules for my benefit. But I do need to know what I am getting into before I agree to anything. So, what are you carrying, and why don't you want to be found?
And Wit will kind of look at you, and as you say this, bending the rules for your own benefit, he sort of like cocks an eyebrow and smiles. He's like, okay, I understand now. I see where we're going. And he looks to Cornelius and he's like, well, I could tell you. Trust me, I could. But I think that my employer would best describe what he's after. Same as, and he looks over your shoulder. Your employer could explain why you two are out here.
I am out here out of the goodness of my heart. I heard someone in distress. I came to help.
Friend.
Actually, the only reason you're here is because I prevented you from returning back to the border.
Well, that's the bigger picture. Smaller picture, I heard a scream. I came running. We came running. I apologize.
That was probably my scream.
I do recognize the voice.
Yep.
So, what are you carrying, Cornelius?
It's less of a what and more of a who because it's me. You see, I have a lot of coin on my person and some expensive items that I prefer to stay out of the spotlight, so to speak.
Why do you carry so much wealth on your person and not let your estate deal with it?
Well, I don't really have an estate, per se.
Oh.
I'm a collector. I collect rare items, things that are lost to time, have historical value, that sort of thing.
I see.
That tends to make me a target for people, well, putting it nicely, like my compatriots here. People who would take advantage of a man who can't quite protect himself too well, and would see that those items were taken off my person, and I don't know exactly what they would do with them. Probably sell them. So yes, they are escorting me. They are. It's more of a escort mission, so to speak.
I see.
But we would seeing what you can do, especially with that healing magic. The mother, am I right? You're a follower of the mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I thought so. We could certainly use your specialities. And of course your friend there is quite handy with that revolver he has.
It would seem so. But I would be happy to help you all with your wounds. It's the least I can do.
How about this? Can we sleep on it? You seem to have a nice camp set up here in the deep, dark forest, but, I'll give it a night.
That's fair.
Very well.
All right.
First order of business, though. Everyone stay away from that corpse. And he walks over to the owlbear. Is the blood just kind of seeping into the ground or like pooling or anything like that?
Yeah, and you can go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage because you're sort of familiar with this thing. Yeah, you can already see that the blight is starting to take hold in the ground itself. You can see black inky veins that are kind of spreading out from where the blood is pooling underneath the owlbear.
All right. Well, this tent is no longer of use, correct? And I point to like the crushed and like slashed tent that it's on right now.
No, I would say not.
That was mine too. Shit. Okay. I can sleep out in the woods. It's fine. Don't worry.
All right. Would you mind
I was
if I
sleep in the
used it?
log.
Would you mind if I used it as kindling?
Oh no, feel free to burn my stuff, and you know, that's all right.
Yeah, use it for firewood. Yeah, just,
Yeah.
go for it.
All right. Well, this may take a while. Estelle, actually, Estelle, do you feel comfortable waiting here for a moment while I check something?
Sure.
If
I was
you-
wanting to introduce myself to the rest of the people here anyway.
Okay. Then I will go and try to track down our horse that ran off.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and make a survival check. It's pretty dark in these woods, and the ground is pretty firmly packed. You're not really seeing any hoof prints that it left. You search for about an hour and you still haven't found it. Do you want to keep searching, or?
All right. Well, if it's been an hour, I'm not going to go out too far. But meanwhile, while I was gone, things are happening at the campground.
Yeah.
Well, I wish we could have met under better circumstances, but it's good to meet you all. My name is Estelle Desdawn, and it seems that one of you might already know who I am, but I am the Lady Marchioness of the Western March of Ramel.
I knew it. I knew it, Brina. I knew it.
So it seems like you could heal people. Was I mistaken on that?
Yes, I know healing magic.
So I'm still at like the brink of death here.
Yes, let me help you.
That would be great.
Like, just to let you know, I'm low-key dying, though. So.
Yeah. Almost dead here.
Oh,
I'm glad that you have some sort of role where you are, but yeah, we're in the woods.
It's like Wit's just super casual, leaning over the log, like watching this happen. He's like, she's fine. She's fine. This happens all the time. Okay.
Here.
That is
Estelle
true.
walks
It
over.
happens a lot.
Here, she's gonna walk over and sit Brina down, and she casts another Cure Wounds on her for 7 points.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. So you're you're filled with that healing light again, and you feel a little bit better.
So Estelle,
Yes?
why are you running? And where are you running to? I guess that's the first question that I'm going to ask.
Well, as you may know, I am engaged to the Northern Duke, but the thing is, many people think it would be wonderful to marry him because, well, he has lots of things and he seems
are good.
great on the outside, but if you've ever actually met him, he can be quite unbearable, despicable, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't sound good at all. And I want you to marry this guy?
It wasn't my decision. The marriage laws in Ramel are quite complicated. Traditionally, the parents would decide who the children marry. The common folk really don't care much for the law, but the nobility take it very seriously.
It's all hierarchy and red tape. Everybody has to be with who everybody wants them to be with. It's all just really black and white. All this, no gray area for romance anymore. I really kind of hate it.
Yes. And so, unfortunately, in my situation, my father is not the owner of the estate. I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so, by me marrying the Duke, he would essentially own half of the estate. And I do not think it would be wise to give that man any more power than he already has.
Oh, and I don't disagree with you on that one.
I thought you said he
just-
already had a lot of stuff.
He does have a lot of
Indeed, but he is not satisfied with what he has.
Hmm.
stuff. A greedy bastard is what he is. That's what he is. And I know greedy bastards. I kind of am one. But my point is, you came along at the right time. If anyone can keep you away from a greedy bastard, it's another greedy bastard. Am I right? So, hi, my name's Wiz. This is Brina.
Hello.
Hello. And she's like,
I'm Cornelius. I think you already heard that.
Yeah, but he's just along for the ride.
This is
yeah,
our,
but he's just what I ever do.
He's here.
this is our current patron. We're working with them. You are more than glad or more than welcome to be a part of that. You know, I'm not going to say for a price, but if you were willing to maybe, I don't know, ship in
Sponsor more people.
a small sponsorship toward this collective, I'd be more than glad to continue to guard you and protect you for the duration of whatever this is.
Well, I actually have not been with Isaac for too long. He is my guardian, but only because my former guardian recommended him to me. So I actually do not know him very well. So perhaps it might be a better idea to have a few more patrons, or a few more guardians.
Mhm.
But I think I'm still a little unsure. Forgive me, but
Oh.
I've only just met you.
I understand. Would you like for me to give you the whole spiel about what we do?
I don't think that's gonna be necessary. I think they can just sleep on it, right? if you're interested, we'll leave together in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, that might be a good idea. I think we are all quite tired from the events of today.
Wit looks down at his clothes. He's like, yeah. I'm going to need to go find whatever they call a river in here and wash these off. I'm kind of gross. I'm sorry. I would shake your hand, but I don't want to. You're still so nice. I don't.
You do smell a lot like that owl bear.
I know. I'm disgusting. Revolting.
It's about this
Thank you
time.
for your consideration.
It's about this time that Isaac returns without the horse.
Don't know where it went.
Well, if you decide to travel with us, there's plenty of room in the carriage for everyone. And I was thinking about what you said earlier about traveling by train. That might not be such a terrible idea now that, if we end up adding 2 more to our group.
Well, yeah, you are correct. I can personally vouch for the transit system. It's obnoxiously good.
Well, where's the nearest station?
DM, where is the nearest station?
Would y'all like me to pull up the train map?
No, I know for a fact where the nearest station is. You kind of look at the stars for a moment and get your bearings. And you figure that Targany Station can't be more than about a day's travel or so to the north.
Targany. Damn. All right. Well, you are in luck. We just happen to be fairly close to the central hub of the train system in all of Zaldin. And you can get anywhere anywhere that you want on this continent, almost, with from Targany.
Well then, should you all decide to join us in the morning, we'll make haste to Targany Station.
Sounds excellent. One moment, and again, I'm going to need some space for this, and I'm going to take as long as it takes to. I'm going to take out my hunting knife, and I'm going to turn back to the rest of them. Anyone that has issues with gore or graphic content, or I'm about to chop this thing open. Anyone that has a problem with that, I'll tell you when I'm done. Just figured I'd let everyone know. And then I start dissecting the thing to see how long, like, if I can get like a sense of like how long this thing has been corrupted, if it was born that way or if it turned, et cetera, to just try to get more information on it.
So the first thing I want you to do is make a Constitution saving throw. You can do this at advantage because of the amount of time that you've been exposed to the blight.
Ew.
Ew, indeed. I am not doing well. Dang. I fucked up.
What did we have? I can't see. A 5?
I had
okay.
I had a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, and a 3.
All right. Yeah. So you feel a little sick from your contact with this thing, and I'll go over in more detail with you what exactly that means. But you know for a fact that you've gotten a touch of the blight.
All right, and yeah, like I've probably gotten this like 1,000,001 times. I'm just like, crap, I'm gonna have to deal with this, but I just keep going.
All right. So yeah, you go ahead and make an investigation check.
That's another 1. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, you have never seen. I mean, you're familiar with the blight. You've never seen the blight act like this before. With the tendrils and the talking owlbear, very strange. It's almost like the blight mutated, or like there's another strain of it. You're not really sure. You can't quite put your finger on what it is, but you know it's different. You know it's not like anything you've ever seen before.
All right.
And that's scary.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. And I would know this is does it seem like anything is safe to take from this thing, or is it just like so far gone that I should just
No. Yeah.
Okay.
This is not safe for consumption whatsoever.
No, I was more like saying like if I, for instance, if I took a claw off of it, like would that claw be so dense?
It's best to burn this thing to ashes.
All right. And then I guess I'll wrap the body up and I'll start foraging for it to burn this thing to nothingness.
Okay. We'll expedite the process a little bit. You managed to build a little pyre around it. Are you lighting it at like that night, or are you gonna light it on your way out of camp?
Before I light it, I'm going to look out into the forest and see if anything's looking back.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Another one. That's 3 ones in a row.
I think you burnt all your 20s early
You
game.
deserve it right now.
Yeah, you burnt all of your 20s too quickly, dude.
Sorry, no,
Wait,
that was an investigation.
You have plus 13 to perception?
Uh,
No,
Perception
you didn't
no.
roll a 1.
No. Oh, and I didn't. Oh, just because it's at advantage. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's why it's grayed out. Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand. Okay. No, I was like, wait.
If it was
no,
if it was a 1, it would have been red.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So you kind of look out into the darkness. Nothing other than the forest seems to look back at you, and then you hear a familiar voice in your head. You should really be more careful.
Yeah. As usual, you're right. And I look down at this thing. It's still oozing, right? It's like going through the tent and still like going to the ground.
Yeah, and yeah, you can see those black inky tendrils growing into the ground, almost like it's gonna create like a tree.
Yep. Okay. I light it up.
All right. Whoosh. The fire ignites and it burns hot. Hot enough that like Cornelius kind of moves the cart a little bit, or the carriage a little bit further away from the fire, and you guys probably take up the stakes and move the single remaining tent further away from it as well.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I'm making sure that the fire isn't spreading to start a freaking forest fire or anything.
Right. But the rest of the night is quiet, and eventually you all get an evening's rest.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back to see what sort of shenanigans the party gets into on their way to Targany Station.
All right.
Ooh.
Woo. Okay. Now, how does that work? Is it just on standby now, or are we still heard, or how does that work?
And we're back.
Hey.
Hello, everybody.
Uh,
I hope you didn't miss us too much. All right, so the party has a successful evening of burning an owlbear and sleeping. And in the morning, Cornelius kind of crawls out. He actually slept inside the carriage. He kind of crawls out of the carriage and stretches. It's comfortable to ride in, but not exactly comfortable to sleep in.
Isaac got up like the moment that he like the bare minimum that people need to sleep and be like healthy.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much like sticks to that like to a T. So he probably would have been up earlier foraging around for something to eat, like just area, see if there's anything to help him stay away the sickness, or at least make him feel a bit better. Things in the like.
All right. Yeah. So you spend your morning kind of foraging for some natural medicinal herbs and berries and whatnot. But you know that you are going to need a particular type of healing. In fact, overnight, your constitution score was reduced by 1.
Mm-hmm. As it goes.
And of course, heading to a big city like Ren, you're going to be able to find that healing almost certainly, but you're gonna want to get there quickly. So,
All right, well, I still like, but I assume I find something to be like, like dull the fever or whatever.
yeah,
the
yeah,
side
yeah.
effects are.
You find enough, kind of like, not necessarily healing medicine, but enough like, enough medicine to deal with the symptomatic issues that you're able to fake that you're healthy right now.
Yep, and I try, and I take some with me too because like, okay, this is just gonna get worse, so I just have like a pouch of this stuff that I'm just taking with me.
Yeah. So Cornelius says, so I can't help but wonder, will you two be joining us on our trip to Ren?
I look over at Estelle and just I can like give like a low bow and like my hand forward as in like you make the decision.
Well, I think I still have not had enough time to really think about it. Why don't we decide when we're in the city?
I suppose. Do you mean Targany Station?
It could be Targany Station. She was hoping for the capital, but
That's what he's asking, if you guys are going to be joining them to the capital.
oh yes.
Well, very well.
Yes.
All right. Well, if that's the little lady's choice, I walk over to Cornelius regarding rates.
Wait, whoa. Are you trying to buy in?
He offered.
Were you not trying to?
I mean, look. What I do is not. You know what? Never mind. I was gonna say something really clever, and then I haven't had enough. I haven't had enough sleep. I fought an owl bear. I'm done. All I'm saying is, hey, he was my gold first. Why are you trying to take him?
He offered, friend.
Trust me, I have enough coin for everybody.
Now, what do you
No,
think?
you have extra for us.
What do you think I am worth, Cornelius?
I'm sorry?
What do you think I am worth? For how much do you feel would be fair to buy my time and effort to assist you?
How much do you want? Like I said, I have plenty of gold. The coin, my cup runneth over with coin.
How much do you believe is fair?
I honestly don't know. I mean, for the I can pay you an equal share to what I'm paying these folks here, which is 1,000 gold upon completion of the contract of reaching Ren.
1,000 gold upon reaching Ren. How about this?
Stell's looking over at him like,
1,000 gold. And if you have any old technology regarding robotics or anatomy magics or a mix of the like, I get to take a look at it.
To be clear, robotics wouldn't necessarily be an accurate representation. It would be more like
machinations or something like that.
Machinations.
Yeah, I am getting
Like
everything.
robotics? Whoa, what does this guy have?
Yeah.
Think 1800s technology.
Yeah, I mean steam engines and the like.
Yeah, there
Still,
you go.
still things like that.
He says, Actually,
That's a key.
roll a persuasion check.
Okay, fair enough. Persuasion.
Okay, 11. He says, "Let me see what I can scrounge up. You complete your task in escorting me safely to Ren, and we'll go from there."
Okay. And then I look back over and I ponder. Okay. I will make one thing clear, though.
And what's
I'm
that?
And that is that I do not like being swindled. I trust you, friend. But I just wanted to make myself clear. I am expecting the coin that you promised me.
I assure you, I am no swindler. I wouldn't even begin to figure out how to trick someone into you know, I'm not very good with words.
I believe you. Just so long as we're on the same page.
Well then, to Targany Station.
All right. Are we staying in these woods, or are we gonna go on the outskirts?
I prefer to stay in the woods for now.
All right.
It'd be much safer during the daytime, at least.
The woods will keep us off the roads. We won't have to deal with guards. And for the most part,
I know
unless
the side roads that we can take to avoid that, but
well, that's good.
I mean, admittedly, it is still a road. The chances are probably better if we stick in the woods, so I see your point. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I'll take the lead and just guide them through the most direct way to the station.
So would you be getting on the cart then and
No,
guiding the horses?
No, I'm actually walking beside the horses and looking
Okay.
around.
All
I'm
right.
also because I'm also keeping an eye out for like I'm foraging while I am walking, so I'm like if I see something that's like worth taking like off a bush or something, I'm also grabbing.
Hey, thanks for the host.
Hey.
Yay! Woo!
Yay.
All right, so yeah, you're gonna take the lead. The forest is quiet, eerily so, and it provides you with much needed cover from prying eyes that might see you on the road. It takes about a day of traveling through the woods before you eventually make your way to Targany Station. Let me move this up. There we go.
Oh, Targany Station. I imagine like before we get to like we're on the outskirts, so I look towards everyone's like fair bit of warning. This is a central hub for travel, so you can expect some crowds.
Oh.
And she like pulls up her hood. Kimberly does not want to get recognized.
I imagine that Wit's probably, and you can tell me this, Tom. I imagine that Wit's probably been here before,
Oh yeah,
back and forth through.
yeah.
Targany.
You've made your way
So-
along the rails a considerable amount of times.
Yeah, so he's walking in probably with just as much swagger, if not like he knows to be quiet, he knows to be cautious, but he doesn't seem to be hiding himself as much as he probably was at the bar previously.
Yeah. So as you guys make your way into the station proper, you see that there are kind of large marble columns that are holding up broad roofs that cover up the various station platforms, and you can just hear the constant rumble of trains and entering and leaving the station. The wail of the train whistles, shouts of people that are loading and unloading boxcars, and the like. And you see a couple of like small concession stands that have been set up to kind of provide the people waiting for their trains to arrive with some much needed sustenance as they wait, or possibly just a snack for the road, or the rails, I should say. And you see a large painted wooden sign that says tickets, that's hanging over a couple of booths with various people manning the windows.
Well, what's the plan, team? You have a cart. Can't suppose you're not going to be able to take that on the train.
Oh,
That's
that's no problem. He kind of claps his hands together, and he says, "Diminuous!" And the cart, the carriage shrinks down into the size of like a matchbox car, and the two horses shrink down and turn into statuettes.
Ooh.
And he picks them up and puts them in his coat pocket.
That is a neat trick.
Mm.
Like I said, very wealthy. I can afford expensive toys.
Excellent.
Well, I can't be affording a train ticket, so I might be trying to sneak in as a cargo, if that's an option.
Yeah, Estelle's looking at the carriage. What happened to the carriage? And she's like, I need to get myself one of those. That was really cool.
Our employer will take care of the ticket, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, of course.
Will we get to ride in chairs? I've never been on the inside of a train before.
Well, you're
Rena?
in luck.
We're about to experience the kind of service that we've been longing for.
Luxury.
I know. Isn't it nice? It's so nice. Let's just take a moment to take this in. We may not ever get clients like this ever again. Oh, it's kind of nice.
I know, right? Two rich as heck clients, like.
So yeah, Cornelius approaches the window, and it's a couple of moments before he returns with 5 tickets for the 8:10 train to Rennes.
What time is it?
It's currently about 7, so you guys have about an hour or so before boarding will start.
Estelle, I have some business to attend to at the local post office. If you would like to come with me, you may, but you are an adult. Though I am your guard, I find that I do not. To be clear, I don't need to stand by you at all times, especially when we have all of these people with us. Correct? Is that reasonable?
Well, I'm paying you to guard me. I'm not paying them to guard me.
Fair enough. My lady, would you mind coming to the post office with me?
Of course.
All right.
All right, so Estelle,
Trying to get out of your job after 3 days.
So
This isn't what he normally does.
Estelle and Isaac make their way to the post office, which isn't far. There's a branch that's like right just outside the station, because I mean the post instead of using people on horseback or carriages, they're gonna use the train system. So yeah, there's one close by. What are Brina and Wit doing?
Ordering snacks on the train.
Yeah, basically, probably. Like, the thing is, Wit and Brina have probably ridden on these trains before. In fact, it's possible that they may have bought tickets, but these are like upper class tickets. This is like when you go from coach to like first class at Emirates level, okay? And it's like, oh man, look at this.
I think of like in Harry Potter, that scene where they like bring over this car
Yeah.
just filled with candy.
Well, you guys aren't on the train yet. You guys aren't
We're
on the
not?
train
Okay.
yet. No,
But I
you
mean,
guys-
like, it's that level, I think. It just all the things that are going on. We've never
That's where
been
I'm at mentally.
we've never been in this section of the rail station, right? Like, I feel like this is the fancy section
I mean,
of the rail station.
it's pretty much the same.
Right.
They all share a platform.
Okay.
But yeah, there's various like food vendors on the platform. There's also what appears to be a gentleman with one of those like the grindery thing, the music box thing with the monkey that's kind of dancing on top of the music box.
In that case, I think
Or organ grinder or
I would
something.
head to the organ grinder, and I would I would look at the organ grinder, and then I'd look into his hat or his bale or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Are there coins in
There's-
said bale?
There's probably about 30 or 40 copper pieces.
30 or 40 copper. Do I want to? Yes, I do.
That's like 3 or 4 gold.
That's like 3 or 4 gold. And hey, buddy.
No,
I-
that's less than a silver.
less than a silver.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Not
Yeah,
playing-
a
he's not.
100 copper is a gold.
All right. Well,
oh,
Copper
okay.
is like a penny.
I'm gonna look at what I have, and I'm usually not the generous type. Usually would just steal what I need. But how long has this organ grinder been going today? Does he look like he's pretty tired? Does he look like?
No,
he's
I mean
pretty-
he looks cheerful. He's kind of clapping along with the monkey as it dances.
Mhm.
He looks jovial. He doesn't look tired.
Wit has something of a soft spot for the performers that like just working for your money. So he's gonna look into his pocket and he's gonna grab whatever he has. Let me see what I think I've got here. How much do we have to my name? I don't know. I do not know. I don't see it on my character sheet. So I don't know how much gold I have. Probably nothing.
You have something because we did.
Yeah,
we
you
rolled-
start with you're gonna
Your
have
starting
some
gold,
gold.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna take
Let's say you have 10 gold.
10 gold. Okay. All right. So in that case, Wit hates to part with it. But he's looking at this this grinder. He says, "Hey, how long have you been doing that?"
I don't
mean,
know. Probably about. Do you mean how long have I been performing here, or do you mean how long have I
Performing.
been doing this today?
No, performing in general.
In general, 20 or so years.
20 or so years. Man,
Yes, this is
that
my
a long
livelihood. I love it.
Uh-huh. And he looks to the hat and he kind of picks it up and looks at it. Mhm. And only 30 copper for the day? Ah,
It's enough to feed me.
buddy. You know what? I'm feeling generous, which is saying something today, sir. I have a good feeling about today. Probably because I know I'm getting paid. But the point is, here's a coin for you. A nice, shiny piece to add to the top of your day. You have a wonderful day, sir. And if I don't see you, you didn't see me, okay? You're welcome. Bye. And he just sort of like puts the gold in the hat, puts it down, and then like walks away.
He kind of looks at it, confused for a second, and as you walk away, he says, "Ah, wait, thank you, sir. You have a blessed day. May you walk with the light of the muse.
Light of the juice and whatever it is. Yep. Perfect.
All right. So Brina, are you retrieving snacks?
Yes. As
Okay.
many snacks as I can get.
Yeah, I mean there's a plethora of various food
I have a lot of
vendors.
pockets. Yeah, I have a lot of pockets because I'm in like overalls. Okay.
You can certainly procure a considerable amount of snacks. There's like peanuts and like other like snack items, various snack items.
I imagine Whit comes back over to her, and it's like catching a squirrel mid, just like
Yeah,
snacks
she's
galore.
got like paper packages poking out of the seams of her outfit.
Essentially, yes.
I was gone for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And what is this? But I mean, impressive, but wow.
Well, I mean, this is probably going to be the last time that we'll get to do this, at least for a while. So, I don't know. I wanted to get all the good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff here that we've never had.
That's true. I mean, but what'd you get? I mean, let's
Basically, everything that we eat, but chocolate covered.
see. Oh, now you're speaking my language. That sounds delicious. You get some chocolate covered bacon in there? That sounds like a score.
No, I think at this point he's just like waiting for Cornelius to come back, and he is just anxiously kind of twiddling his thumbs. He's looking at like the passerbys and seeing like if there's any nobles, and if they are indeed passing by, maybe he picks a pocket or two, or like just kind of slides the hat off of a person and flips it onto himself. Little things like that throughout the day.
Okay, go ahead and just make me a single sleight of hand check, and we'll see how well that goes for you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's been having a good day today.
Yeah, you managed to procure like a bowler hat, a monocle, and you managed to recoup the gold piece that you gave to the organ grinder.
Perfect. So then there's this moment where he picks the bowler hat up, and then he kind of like feels at his horns. He's like, shit. He flips it over and just pops it through. The horns kind of like poke through the top of the bowler hat, and he's like, yep. Fancy is my new name. You're welcome. I'm no longer going to be Wit. I'm just going to be Fancy. You're welcome.
Here's your one chance, Fancy. Don't let me down.
Here's my one chance, Fancy. Don't let me down.
All right. Well, as that's going on, we pan over to Isaac and Estelle, who are at the post office. You guys approach the little post office window that's set up out there in Targany Station, and behind the counter is a kind of rotund let's say it's a dwarven woman, and she says, "Yeah, what can I do for you?"
Greetings. I would like parchment and ink, envelope, sealing wax, the whole deal, for around 4 recipients, please.
Yeah, and I'd like my husband to stop stripping the woman next door.
Pardon?
Nah, it's a joke. I'm not very good at jokes, apparently. All right, so you said parchment and ink and postage for 4. You said?
That is correct.
Yeah, That'll run you about a silver piece.
Fair enough. Slide it your way. Estelle, do you need anything from here? Need to write letters?
She actually thinks for a moment because she's wondering if she should try to send a message back to her estate. But then she's thinking, okay, that could easily be intercepted. So she's thinking, better hold off.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
so she's like, no, I'm all right.
Okay. Do you have a place where one can sit down and write?
There's plenty of benches around. It shouldn't be a problem.
Well, all right. Thank you very much. I will be back shortly to send these.
All right, I look forward to it.
All right. I look around get to whatever is closest to me as far as vending goes. Do I have an appetite right now, or is that a no-no?
I mean, the medicinal herbs that you found will probably allow you to recoup the appetite that you would lose from being blighted.
Okay. I go to the local vendor and I get, I guess, 2 of whatever they have to be like, a sizable snack, like not like a churro or anything, but like more of like a pie or something, like a small pie or what have you, like a good lunch kind of thing.
Sure, yeah, that's
Like a chicken pot pie.
Yeah, that's like a copper piece.
Okay, I get 2 of them, and I walk over to a bench, and I assume Estelle is just on my heels, basically.
Yeah.
All right. I sit down at a bench and I hand her one of the 2 pies, and I was like, "All right, I'm going to be writing a few letters. Hopefully, I can finish them all by the time we leave. If you would like to explore, I'm going to be right here. I will be keeping an eye out. I always am. And enjoy the local cuisine." And I don't know how she handles carnival food, but that's basically like what I imagine this is.
Well,
Yeah, you basically got like a little meat pie. It's like a little pastry pocket that has some meat and vegetables and stuff inside of it.
well, she just kind of looks at it for a moment, and she's just kind of looking at it like,
Yeah, you've never eaten anything that doesn't require the use of a fork and knife.
exactly. So she's like, is there maybe a place I could set this down, and are there any utensils or something, or
Any utensils that you have, you're welcome to use.
Well, I did bring some. One moment.
and she actually pulls out like a little she pulls out a little cutlery set, and she starts literally like cutting it open and eating it like with fork and knife and everything.
All right. Isaac widens his eyes very noticeably. Like, you do come prepared. And just, no utensils, just takes a bite out of the pie and starts writing these letters.
Yeah.
She kind of looks at him like,
He takes a bite out of the pie and like smears a greasy like smear of just the juices that came out of it when he took the bite of it.
Little in the beard.
And then sits down and starts writing these letters with the grease stains soaking through the top left corner of all the pieces of parchment.
and she's just looking at him like, oh my goodness.
I'm traveling with a savage.
I know, exactly. I'm like, this animal.
All right. And I write a letter. I'll message you what I'm writing.
Sure. Okay, so you all take care of your various needs. And eventually you hear a call from the platform. All aboard! 810 to Ren! Ah, that's us. We should board.
Right. And, I guess she just finished her snack. Or actually, she probably didn't finish her snack because she took so long with her fork. She's only maybe halfway finished or whatever.
Right.
And she just kind of looks at it and she's like, perhaps would you like it? I don't think I'll be able to finish it in time.
I'm sure they won't mind if you bring it on board.
Is that acceptable?
I don't see why not.
Oh. How very interesting.
I mean, if you're really concerned about it, we could see if you could get one like a little to-go bag or something that you can put it in and keep it safe until we get to Ren.
But the food would not be as good by the time I were to eat it later.
I could warm it up for you.
Hmm.
He kind of snaps his fingers, and there's like a little spark of like flashes, like little sparklers that come off of his fingertips.
Oh.
I have a limited knowledge of magic. One of the things I can do is warm and cool things as I need. So my food generally is just the right temperature.
Oh. Well, how very nice. All right. Well, we should probably board the train then.
Very well. So you all climb aboard.
Yes.
The general consensus.
All right. So you climb aboard, and yeah, the bot just had a mental breakdown. That's why I was like, huh?
Yeah, and then in the chat, like bot's like, cannot compute. Too many capital letters. I can't.
I can handle telling one person not to use too many caps. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you all board the train, and we lost.
Yeah. I'm back.
Jesse, I think you're muted.
It happens, like I told you on the break. Kitty,
Meow.
a little motor over there.
And as you climb aboard, you're greeted by a plush interior to the commuter car. This is like basically like for people who are traveling but aren't going to be traveling for a long time, and they just need seats. Which is what your tickets are for. You guys Targany Station to Ren isn't too far. It's a couple of hours. So you guys didn't necessarily need a sleeper car. And as you board, you see a few people.
We didn't need a sleeper car, but we should have one.
You didn't
Yeah,
need
right.
one, but we should have one.
You could have one, you know.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay, come on, Roll20. Do your thing.
And I sent
Best.
I sent you my vague letter writing activities via chat
Okay.
to you.
I'll take a look at it. So yeah, you guys climb aboard. I don't have Cornelius's token on here because he's pretty useless. But
So it's true.
and you guys should be at full.
Visually useless.
You guys should be at full health because you guys rested. Just so you guys know.
Great.
Oh, is that updated? No, it's not.
All right. Isaac I guess like, are we still boarding or are we going?
You guys are the last to board. As the doors are shut behind you, the train conductor shuts the doors, and yeah. So before you see a couple of people. The train isn't too full right now. Generally, there's a considerable amount of people that are traveling outwards from Ren, but this time of year, traveling to Ren is because it's in the north and it starts to get a little bit colder. There's not a lot of people traveling to Ren. So the train is at maybe a quarter capacity of what it would normally have. But you see a human woman who appears to be traveling alone. You see a young boy and an elderly man, also human. You see 2 elves in the back and a dwarf. And Wit, you see someone that you recognize. A green-skinned tiefling woman with solid gold horns.
Oh my, okay.
You recognize her as one of your siblings, or at least sibling in the sense that she was also raised by Ava, the demoness of greed.
Okay.
This is Shade.
Okay. Would I know her and have spent time with her, or just know her by
The two of you grew up together.
Oh, okay. Well, then that would be pretty interesting. Okay, cool. So I guess we're walking onto the train now. Are we gonna? This is individual seats in the like. They're not actual like cars where you like go in and sit down. Okay, cool.
Right.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. So I think because I notice her, I kind of like make a quirk an eyebrow and that's interesting. I'll be right back. And he kind of grins a little bit and starts making a beeline toward Shade.
Okay, as you do so, the train begins to pull away from the station. Lets out a single whistle.
Oh, that's so cool. Isaac walks over. Well, Princess, do you prefer an aisle or a window?
I'm all right either way.
Very well. Isaac takes the window seat and just kind of leans on his arm and turns back over. Is there anyone else around? No, there's no one else around him right now. I am trusting you with this bit of information, but I am currently very in the process of becoming extremely ill, and it is a very serious matter.
Oh no!
I'm okay.
Perhaps I can use some healing, or...
Okay. Voice down. I don't want anyone else to know about this but you. I am protecting you, and I am going to try to catch some rest. Should anything happen, and you will know if something is happening, get the rest and do what needs to be done. It shouldn't be the case, but better safe than sorry. And do not be afraid, I suppose. It won't be sudden. It will be a process.
I don't understand. What do you expect to happen?
Nothing I suppose I expect to show signs of serious illness. And that tends to disturb people, especially when you're in an enclosed space like a rail car, which is why I'm keeping this down between us. Because you don't want to instill panic about sickness when you're in a space like this. So if I start looking like death, you can and don't wake up to your prodding, cover me up, and do what you can healing wise, and then get me to a blight specialist where we are headed.
Do you know of any in the city? I do not know the city well.
You do, and they aren't hard to find. Just say, honestly, you just show anyone what I look like and they'll point you in the right direction very eagerly.
All right. And now she's like really worried, like.
And he mixes up his herbs, takes some to deal with the symptoms. Again, and I looked very serious, dead in your eyes. Don't be afraid. I'm okay now. I am just always on the cautious side, especially now that I have you in my care. So, trust me? Do you trust me?
I suppose.
All right. That's all I can ask for. And then he leans back over to the rail and puts his hand up and tries to get some sleep.
Okay. Brina, what are you up to before we get to Wit?
Well, trying to pick where I would want to sit, to be honest. But I feel like I would also probably kind of gone over here. I don't know if I'd want to go too far and be with all the other people. I kind of want to be a little more inconspicuous. Maybe over here.
Okay. So you're just gonna sit there by yourself?
Yeah. Living my luxury. Living the best life.
Okay.
So I'm there and probably just, snacking, chilling, trying to take this time to heal up. Considering I, almost died. But
Well, you're fully healed by this point.
yeah. But, just taking it all in, basically. Like I said earlier, with the cart and stuff filled with food, that's how it feels for me.
For sure, yeah. So Brina kind of enjoys a moment to herself as Wit approaches Shade. She's not looking your direction as you approach, but she can feel your presence as you get close, and she kind of turns, and as she does, the solid gold horns that she has atop her head kind of glisten and almost blindingly so in the light of the car. She says, "Ah, Wit. Fancy seeing you here tonight. What brings you to Targany Station?"
I was going to say the same thing to you, Shade.
Oh, the usual.
Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 other people in this train? Outside of me and my companions.
Oh, there's more in the back. There's a few people in the dining car, and well, the sleepers are empty, but
And knowing you, you've checked out and cased each one of them before you even sat down.
you know me too well, brother.
So, who's the target? Who should we talk to?
Oh, I
What do you
assure
need?
you, none of the people on this train are the target.
Well, it's nice to see you.
Oh,
I
yes,
just
lovely.
I
to
just
see you too.
assume that usually when you're around, things can't be good. They never are. So, what do I need to prepare myself?
You wound me, brother,
I
With your-
could easily wound you.
with your
But
sharp
that would
tongue.
get me arrested in multiple places, and we know that's not good for us.
I don't know what you mean. I am simply here as a passenger on this train.
I'm also a passenger on this train. Funny how fate works that way, isn't it? It looks like Mom is gonna have something. Either way, I will say, you look good. You must have been avoiding all of those people who were coming after you, or whatever it is. I know you. Nothing good comes from you. So, if you could do me a favor, I have my things. Please don't mess that up for me. Please.
She kind of glances up and nods to Cornelius. Yes, I saw you came on the train with a rather wealthy-looking gentleman.
That's my job, not yours. So could you just not be involved in that, and we'll be good.
She grins, and now you see the solid gold teeth that she has. Don't worry, brother. I have much bigger fish to fry.
He's like low-key jealous as you flash that like grill of golden teeth. And he's like, uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I'll leave you to whatever this is. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on you. You mess things up for me, it's not going to be good for you. Okay? We know this.
No worries, brother. Go attend to your friend, or whatever you want to call him.
And he takes his new, like, hold bowler and, like, slides it off the horns for a minute. Just with a small tip of his hat. He's like, all right. And then goes up the ways to take a seat, probably next to Brina, so he can be closer to his compatriots.
Okay. Some time passes. And I would like for Wit to make a perception check. Okay. You mentioned that you were keeping an eye on Shade, and
Indeed.
it's about 2 hours or so into the trip. You see her get up and head for the door to the back of the car, and slide it open and exit the car and move to the next car.
He kind of like, he looks back, he sees that happening. Brina, I'm gonna go take a walk. You wanna go take a walk with me, or am I going alone?
Jesse, you're muted.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, so I'm with you.
All right.
As you guys are deciding to do this, 3 beefy-looking gentlemen enter the car with short swords drawn, and one of them shouts, "Nobody do anything stupid! This is a robbery!"
Son of a bitch. Shade. Okay then.
Do I wake up at the sound of this?
Make a perception check.
Perception is. I am
Yeah,
sleeping.
you are sound asleep.
Yeah. All right.
And the one approaches Estelle and kind of pushes her roughly and says, "This is a robbery." And opens up a bag.
Oh.
She kind of looks at Isaac and starts pushing him like, Isaac, wake up.
All right, you're startled awake by this.
All right. I look up and groggily. Yes, and I guess I see this dude with a short sword.
Yeah. He's got a short sword in his right hand, and his left hand is holding a bag open out to Estelle, and he says again, "This is a robbery."
Brend, you are a madman to try to rob a train of Zaldin heading to the capital. I pity what is going to happen to you.
Nobody do anything stupid. This is a robbery.
What is your name?
This is a robbery.
What is 2 + 2?
Nobody do anything stupid. This is a robbery.
Okay,
Recommend a video
I analyzed him. I freaking hunter sense this guy.
Okay, but that's the primeval awareness. It's what is it? Fiends, or
No,
it's your favorite enemy.
Yeah, no. At 3rd level, you gain the ability to peer into a creature and magically discern how to best hurt it. Here, I'll just look at it.
Okay.
Basically, I learn what a thing is.
If you're a new creature, magically discern how best to hurt it. As an action, choose one creature you can see. You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are. If the creature is hidden from divination magic, you sense blah blah blah.
So what is it?
Okay.
Is this person?
Well, you learn. You just learn its immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities. You don't learn what it is.
It just and what they are, or vulnerability. And vulnerabilities.
And what they are. Okay.
No, not yeah.
Maybe one of his weaknesses is low
immunities.
self-esteem.
Yeah, immunities, resistances, and or vulnerabilities, and what they are. So you learn if they have any, and what those are. So you look at this thing, and your natural hunter vision. I imagine it's like The Witcher when you go into Witcher sense. We see the hue change slightly, and you see that this thing is not a humanoid, and you can see just slightly imperceptible shifts in pixelation around this thing's body, like pixels moving around almost. And you get the sense that it is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Excellent. Well, friend.
This is a robbery.
That's nice to hear. And I get up and I stand in front of him and I try to touch him.
Okay, let's call this a shove. So you're gonna make an athletics check, and he's gonna make an opposed acrobatics or athletics check.
Right.
While he does that, Estelle's gonna try to get away. She's gonna stand up behind Isaac.
I'm assuming by now we're aware, or is it far enough away that we're not seeing it?
No, the two of you are still. The two of you didn't get a chance to leave your seats. They came in before you guys left your seats. So you guys are seeing all this happen.
Okay.
He's gonna
I think at this point, after they've repeated themselves enough times, Wit
knowing how robberies go, comes out. Just go with the flow.
Oh no, for Isaac, it's an athletics check. It's only an athletics check for. So we'll use that roll. What's your athletics bonus?
It's a -1, so it's
18.
18. Okay, yeah. So he manages to just dodge out of the way of your hand, and at that point, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Hey.
down.
All right, cool. Wit is gonna casually step out though, like in terms of what he wants to do. He's going to casually step out and hold his hands up, like following the protocol of robbery, right? So where is the initiative button? There we go. Boom. Ooh, nice.
Hey, we all did okay today.
Nice.
Come on. Come on, roll 20. Okay. Let's change over our music.
Ooh.
Spooky. Make sure we're not blowing out the ears of our viewers.
Yeah, like just overwhelm the sound.
Okay, and that's let's do descending order. All right. First act
All right.
is Isaac.
All right. I will shout, "This is a trick. They aren't human, and use magic if possible." And I guess I will Slayer's Prey this dude that's in front of me. And where the heck? Oh, there. I will Slayer's Prey this guy.
All right, so that's your bonus action, right?
Yeah. Yep. And then hot dang, I don't have a dagger, so I guess all I can do is fire at disadvantage. No, wait, no, I have advantage on this attack, so it evens out. Sweet.
Yes, because your first act, you're acting before him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
7 damage halved plus Slayer's Prey. Just 2 more damage.
Okay, so that's 9 halved to 4. Yeah, you take the barrel of your revolver and kind of bury it in this thing's chest and fire, and the projectile goes through and like straight through its body and just narrowly misses hitting Wit as like a little bit of sand pours out of the wound and then the wound closes up. It looks down at where you shot it and then looks back up and says, "Don't do anything stupid. This is a robbery."
Okay.
He's quite stuck in his ways. Yeah.
Yep, and I guess I stay there, just looking directly into its eyes, just ready.
All right, that's gonna bring us to Wit.
Wit has effectively gone to taking. He comes out of the benches, hands up in the air. All right, gentlemen. All right, I get it. It's a robbery. We need to hand over everything we have. Blah blah blah. It's not my first rodeo. Okay.
I've already shot through one of them at this point.
Right. He's, but you know he's playing it up, and he's like, Look, I am no threat to you whatsoever. If you'll just let me pass on by, I will gladly just walk through here and get what I need and get gone. Is that okay? You know, blah, blah, blah. As he continues to, like,
It holds out the bag and raises its short sword and says, "Nobody do anything stupid. This is a robbery."
Of course.
As you've stated before, it is a robbery, and quite a fine one at that. However, I need to see a tiefling about a little bit of this nonsense that's going on right now. So if you'll let me pass and let me do that, I would really appreciate it there, Sandman. Yeah.
What are you trying to like persuade it?
I would like to persuade it because I don't have anything magical to effectively attack these things with. So if for somehow I can manipulate its mind, I want to do that.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. Intelligence would be right here. Okay, cool. All right, not bad. I'll take it.
So, seeing as you've heard this thing repeat the same phrase over and over and over again, it probably doesn't have much of a mind to manipulate. So persuasion's probably not going to work. You're probably just going to have to fight your way through it if you want to get past it.
Okay, so, but it is going to be, no matter what I do, because I have resistance to stuff, it's going to be halved. Okay.
Correct.
But I'll still do it. It's cool. I curse shade underneath my tongue. I'm like, fucking shade. Shouldn't have said anything. I should have left her alone. Should not even said nothing. Hi, sir. How can I be of assistance to you? Would you like to rob me today? That's wonderful. Thank you. And he just takes the rapier, and he's going to go and try to slice right across the throat.
Okay, go for it.
And drastically miss as he's standing right in front of me.
You're trying to be animated and charismatic about it, like goofing around, and you swipe, and it's like an inch too short, just like an inch shy of his neck. And it looks down where you swiped at it, looks back up. This is a robbery.
Well, that was informative. Thank you.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do? You still have your bonus action.
He's gonna move up to kind of be he's gonna move up to be a barrier for the short sword between Brina and himself.
Okay.
He's gonna move closer because if he missed the first time, maybe getting closer to the enemy will be better.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Brina, what would you like to do?
Is it wearing armor?
I mean, the physical appearance of it is a hefty man wearing armor.
Okay. Well, I would like to use heat metal.
Okay.
And
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Me? I was about to just roll for the thing.
What are you trying to heat? I should say
His
first.
armor.
Okay, roll an intelligence check.
That's a save.
Oh.
It's all right. I don't think bards are proficient in intelligence saving throws.
I'm apparently not in real life either. So.
No, you got a 19. You're good.
Well, my intelligence is.
Oh well, yeah, that's right.
Modified.
It would have actually been a 20 total because you have Jack of all trades because you're a bard. So, so yeah, you go to cast that spell and then you realize that thing's not wearing armor. That thing's not even made of flesh. This is probably not going to do anything to it.
I feel like you just told me it was wearing armor.
It looks like it's wearing. It looks like it's wearing armor.
Okay.
Okay, so to clarify, these things are sand golems, and they are made of colored sand and to take the form of whatever their master tells them to take the form of. So the
Okay.
sand is colored like a flesh color and armor color and stuff, but it is made entirely of sand.
Okay.
It's like sand art.
Well, so does that uses my move or no?
No. You can still take an action and everything. This was you were I wanted to give you an opportunity to realize that this was a bad idea before you did it.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, because I wasn't totally sure. And I only have 2 things that actually like do damage, and that's one of them. Okay. Well, my only other thing is Thunderwave. I could really use.
You should have weapons too. You should have like a dagger or something, right? Or a rapier.
I think I have my harmonica.
It comes with your starting equipment. You should have a rapier or a short sword and a dagger, I believe, as a bard.
Oh, I got a boomerang.
Oh, that's right. You took the boomerang. Yeah. So
Right.
So why don't you throw your
I went
boomerang?
for the practical choice.
Why don't you throw your boomerang?
Sure thing.
All right, go for it.
Did I do it? Woo! I clicked it.
Oh, okay.
13
13.
just hits. So go ahead and click the word boomerang in the chat, and it'll roll your damage for you.
So that's what I'm clicking. Maybe I click the damage button.
You should let
Nope.
me just set your sheet up to automatically roll damage, and that way you don't have to worry about it.
What if I just /roll 1d4?
That works too.
Boom.
Uh,
I don't think you're ready for that.
so it takes a
damage.
whopping 1 point of damage.
Woo!
1?
Yeah, because it's resistant
Wow.
it's resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and
The
slashing damage.
boomerangs? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's resistant to boomerangs. All right, so I set your sheet up to automatically roll damage,
Okay.
so that you don't have to worry about rolling it, and that should save you some trouble. All right. So, yeah, it's going. So you were targeting the one by Wit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
it's
sorry,
gonna
actually,
take-
let me look at the map again. I was targeting, can I click it? It won't let me click it.
if you click and hold down, it should ping.
There's a bunch of stuff above it. I was actually targeting this one by Isaac.
Oh, the one by Isaac. Okay.
Okay, yeah, hit it in the back of the head with a boomerang.
All right. Yeah. So you unleash your boomerang and smack it in the back of the head, and it takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage. And then the boomerang returns to your hand. This is a weird weapon for any of you in the car. You guys don't see boomerangs a lot,
Right?
if ever.
It's fine. It's a good one.
All right.
Tom, how are the rest of the car companions reacting? All of the other passengers.
The elves are kind of like being calm and just handing their stuff over. The dwarf is kind of gruffly like sitting in the corner trying to hide so that it's so that they don't notice him. The old man and the child are kind of like, it looks like they're trying to find a way to escape, and the same thing with the human in the front.
Okay.
That's gonna bring us to the golems. I gotta remember. Gollum is the character in Lord of the Rings. Golems are different. Golem. Okay, so they are going to attack. Okay. So the one next to Wit is going to roll a 9. That doesn't hit. And the one next to Isaac doesn't do much better with an 11.
Yeah.
And then the one in the back, you watch as its the short sword in its hand turns into a light crossbow, and an arrow or a bolt forms inside of it, and it fires at Wit. And that's a 6. Yeah, these guys can't roll worth a
these
shit.
guys are not. Yeah, these guys are not the sharpest tools in the box.
They are literally just shooting sand.
All right, Estelle.
Okay, so with with Brina and Wit attacking, is there any visual cues that these are not people?
Other
Yeah,
than me yelling it?
you've already watched the wound that Isaac made pour sand out of it. So
Oh, okay. So with that, Estelle's like, oh, okay. So she is actually going to use spiritual weapon.
okay.
So cast it at level 2. And so, she takes out her mace and her shield, and she points her mace up, and suddenly a bolt of light appears, and it turns into a large, like a sword, almost like a spectral sword comes out of it, and then she goes and attacks the golem.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that
let's
definitely
see.
hits, and it was 5 points of damage, you said?
Wait, so spiritual weapon does attack in additional to another D8. Did they already do that? Let's see.
Spiritual weapon is a 2nd level spell, and it deals
Right.
a 1d8 plus your modifier damage. At 2nd level.
And then, okay, so as a bonus action on my turn, I can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature.
Right.
Oh, within 5 feet.
Casting it is a bonus action anyway. So you've already
Right.
you've used your bonus action to cast that spell. You can cast a cantrip as your action if you want.
Right. Okay, I think I will do that then. Toll the Dead won't. Well, you know what? Toll the Dead still would work. I could also use Sacred Flame. I don't think these guys are very dexterous. So,
It's up to you.
I'll do Toll the Dead because it gives me a D12 against people who are not at their maximum. So,
Sure.
okay. Well, I rolled a 2. Nice.
Okay. So
Great.
for instances like that, as long as it's not like obviously you can't. I'll take the higher number because you could have still rolled a 5 on the D12.
Oh, okay.
What may be better for you is to set up a 1 for if it's not hurt and 1 for if it is hurt. That way you're not dealing with that split of, well, I rolled a 2 on the 12, but I rolled a 5 on the D8.
All right.
So, yeah, this thing looks very hurt. It's barely holding itself together as sand pours from these wounds that were created by Estelle's spiritual weapon and the tolling of this terrible bell that is calling for the death of its target. That's going to bring us back to the top of the initiative with Isaac.
All right, another shot. At this time at disadvantage. So let's see how this goes. You haven't missed yet. Does the streak continue?
Yeah, 13 just hits, and
Yeah!
You don't even need to roll damage. It had 1 hit point left as you just blast through it, and it scatters into a pile of sand.
Okay. Try your best not to damage the train. This thing's expensive.
Oh, yes, Isaac. That's the first thing I think about when I have bullets being fired at my head.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I suppose I'll move up. 5, 10, 15, 20. I suppose right here I'd have a better shot. So I'll move up right here, and then that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't move on my turn, did I?
No, you didn't.
Oh. There.
You don't really need to.
You don't have to move.
Oh, does
I-
spiritual weapon have a range?
As a bonus action on your turn, you can move it up to 20 feet and make an attack
Oh,
with it.
right. Oh, well.
And it already has a.
I'll just move the 5 feet, whatever.
It has a
Wait.
range of 60 feet. Looks like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Whit,
Yep, it's Wit's turn.
show
Yep.
me what you got.
So.
All right, go.
Yep, Wit's gonna try again. He's like, look, I have a place to go, people to see, and you are not one of them. So would you please kindly get out of my way? And he takes a rapier and just tries to slice across the throat this time. Another slash, and this time I think I hit.
Yeah, this time you make contact as a bit of sand dribbles out of your slash, and then the sand kind of knits itself back together.
That was.
Don't
really-
do anything stupid. This is a robbery.
Well, that was really anticlimactic. I thought, I slash you, you move out of the way, I move forward. Now it's just gonna be rude.
Yeah, fighting these things are about as
Anything-
climactic as fighting a bag of sand.
Anything you'd like to do
Really?
with your bonus
Whoa.
action before we go to Brina?
I think if there's a way I could try to like leap over him or kind of like barrel through him. I know he's sand, so I would really like to just kind of push my way through.
Okay, so you would need your action in order to do that, but you can
Okay.
certainly try that on your next turn.
Then I think I'll try that next round then.
Okay. Yeah, so that'll bring us to Brina.
All right. Well, sorry, just still trying to think about what would be good to do. I feel like I did want to try the thunder wave. Does that just not work at all?
You can do a thunder wave if you want, but you are going to definitely hit Wit and an old man and his grandson,
Yeah.
as well as the sand thing.
Oh, they're fine. They'll be fine.
Don't worry about it.
Well then, okay. So I'm just tempted by, I don't know. I just have a lot of thoughts about it. What if instead fairy fire?
Yeah, you can definitely fairy fire, and I will say that you can definitely position it that you will hit only the Sandmen and not anybody else, so they will make dexterity saving throws.
Okay, cool. I think that's probably my best bet.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Right at that freaking guy. Okay.
Okay, they both succeed, unfortunately, with a 19 and a 17.
Oh boy.
The humanity or the golemy, the machinery.
You still have your bonus action. Don't forget, as a bard, you have the ability to grant bardic inspiration too as a bonus
That
action.
is
So
true.
you can
Mhm.
you can help somebody else out to hit these things.
Yes, I will inspire the crowd.
Well, you have to choose one person.
Well, you pick one person.
I will inspire Isaac. Nope, Wit's closer, I think.
Yes, he is.
I will inspire Wit.
Okay. So Wit, you kind of see Brina kind of attempt to catch these things in her fairy fire, and as she does so, you glance over her shoulder, and she looks kind of distraught for a second, but then musters some courage and kind of gives you a nod, like go get him, tiger, type of thing, and you are inspired.
Yeah, right.
That's gonna bring us to the golems.
Fight me.
Okay. Short sword. That's a natural 20 against Wit.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
And
Oh,
the
damn.
crossbow misses. So, let's see.
Enough damage for two.
6 plus... you take 7 points of slashing damage as the sword rakes across your body. But the sandy crossbow misses. That's going to bring us to Estelle.
Okay. Well, she is going to move. That's 30.
You'd be hopping over.
Yeah, I know. So that's like 5, 10, 15, 20,
This,
25,
the,
30.
The dead sand golem isn't going to cause any trouble for you. You can move through that space.
Okay. So, well, I mean, I'm not going straight this way, but it's still 5, 10, 15, 20,
Yeah,
25.
I think it's the same. I think it's
30.
the same
It's
amount,
still the same if I-
distance.
Right. So she's going to move, and she is going to attack again with her cool moves. And I
moves.
believe spiritual weapon is still up. It lasts for
Yeah, it lasts for a minute. Or
Right,
10,
so
or
she
10
still
minutes
has
or
it
something,
up.
and it can move 20 feet, and it can occupy the same space as Wit because it's not a physical object. So
Exactly. So she is going to attack again
okay,
with that. So let me okay.
yep,
then
19 definitely
she
hits.
will Also use Toll the Dead.
Okay.
And that's 8.
Okay, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. That's a 13. So it succeeds, so it takes no damage from that. But it is going to take the 6 from your spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
This one's looking pretty hurt now.
Okay, I guess that's it.
All right. It's going to bring us back to the top with Isaac.
All right. Bonus action, Slayer's Prey, and then I'm gonna shoot him
Okay.
again. Oh, that's a 20 to hit.
Yep, that definitely hits. And I think with your bonuses and everything, you can roll at least 5 points of damage. So this one turns into a pile of sand.
All right. Fair enough.
Wit kind of breathes a sigh of relief as it just puddles to the floor.
Well, that was informative.
And he looks back over at Isaac, just gives him a nod, thank you. And he just keeps moving forward. He's gonna step over the body nonchalantly, kind of looking to the old man and the boy,
It's gonna be okay. I got a good feeling about this.
The old
Wink
man kind of
and moving
shakily
on.
says, "Oh, God's bless you. Thank you."
yeah, you're welcome. All in a day's work. What can I say?
We take tips. No.
Take tips. And he'll start moving toward this brawny dude over here. But as he's jaunting over, he's gonna try and leap over so he can be on the backside and hopefully then
Okay.
attempt to get a
So-
sneak attack the next round. Is that a cool thing? Because I'd like to be able to get behind him or somehow get a sneak attack damage.
Well, it's
somehow.
not. It's
It
not
wouldn't be
necessarily
sneak.
gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna necessarily grant you sneak attack damage because you have to get advantage on the attack, and because there's no facing in 5th edition, it doesn't matter what side of the
Oh, that's
creature you're
true.
on.
That's right. Okay.
So I mean, you can certainly try to barrel past this thing and continue towards the door with your bonus action as a dash as a rogue, your cunning action if you want.
Yeah.
If that's what you're trying to do.
Because I just feel like I want to push on. These things are going to keep repeating themselves. They're going to keep, and we know that they're fake. So
All right.
I'm keen on getting rid of them,
but also finding out who brought them to us.
Yeah, you
And
can.
it seems like the room's being handled.
So what
Yeah.
you can do is you can roll an acrobatics check to attempt a tumble past, and he's going to counter that with a check of his own to see if he can stop you from tumbling past him.
That sounds fine. I think I will do that then. Yeah, perfect.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, you managed to tumble past him, and then if you want to keep going, you can use your bonus action to dash, and he will not get an attack of opportunity.
So I imagine it all kind of goes in this in the motion. The blade kind of comes out. I roll up underneath, and then like tip the bowler hat. Sir, it has been a wonderful pleasure. I am more than happy to be robbed by you, but I have many pressing things to do and not enough time to do it. Thank you very much. And he sort of like backpedals out. He'll continue to backpedal and dash out of the way, going toward the other car that Shade had eventually gone into.
Okay, so I'm trying to measure with your movement. You would be able to get just to the with a dash. You would be able to get just to the outside, like the little connector part of the cars before you enter into the next car.
The next car. Okay, perfect. So I think I would be just on the outside of the door, like just here.
Right.
I'm not gonna exit the door because I kind of want to make sure. Obviously, you got to keep track of your investments.
Right.
You don't want to leave your investments. behind.
Cornelius has ducked and covered underneath one of the benches. So,
But but he's definitely going to be at the door, at the ready, holding the door open, right, for them to come funnel out this way. If they wanted to continue to run past, we could certainly do it. He's also kind of looking to the other compatriots on the train, like, hey, if you want to move, like, you can move now. Everything's good. Like, don't worry. I'll take care of the guard if something happens.
okay, that's going to bring us to Brina.
Yeah. If there's anything that Cornelius is good at, it's hiding under things
and reheating
That
food.
is true.
and reheating food. It's two talents.
His
Put that on his
his hide in plain sight is so top notch.
I know.
He is bravo. I
Yeah.
have no word.
And I just want to confirm: are we about done? Because I have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to finish up this part of the
Finish
fight.
up combat.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't have anything specific I would do right now. I'm stressed now. I only got 5 hours left. to
Okay.
finish this thing. So the last 10 minutes I've been like, yeah. Are we like divvying items or something? Like,
There's
You
still-
can leave if you need to leave. How about that? You can leave if you need to leave.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to like kind of quiet you guys and work quietly.
Yeah, you can leave if you need to leave. We'll finish up the fight and
Okay. Sorry, I heard it disintegrated, so I thought we were good.
there's one more.
There's still one more.
Oh, well then I be for it. Whatever the boomerang is.
All right, go ahead.
Cool. Ah! I had my character sheet as a pop out and now it got all weird. Does that work?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that
There
worked.
it is.
It did not hit, but that worked. All right.
It
So
worked on roll 20.
yeah, you fling your boomerang. This time it ricochets off one of the benches and slams back into your hand. That's going to bring us to the golem. Golem. He's going to turn and walk toward Wit. Actually, no. You know what? He's going to ignore Wit. He doesn't really care about Wit too much. He sees the person that's been doing a ton of damage, and that's Estelle. So he's gonna move over to Estelle.
Harsh.
He is one with the dead.
Back. Okay, and he's going to slash at her. That's only a 15. I don't believe hits. That's going to bring
No.
us to Estelle.
Okay. She is going to, fight back. So she will be using her spiritual weapon again. That looks like it hits. And
Yeah,
then she
yep.
will be doing Toll the Dead again.
Okay.
Keep ringing that bell.
Yep, ring ring.
You can ring my bell. Yeah, he fails to save, so he's going to take a total of 13 points of damage. He is looking very hurt at this point. Isaac, it is your turn.
Yet again, mark, fire, bang, and then
Yeah, you hit, and again he only has 3 hit points this time, so he turns to a pile of sand. I know that we ran long, and I know that Jesse has to get out of here. Thank you for sticking around, Jesse. That is where we're going to wrap up for tonight, as the party prepares to venture deeper into the train and find out what the hell exactly is going on here. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us, and we hope to see you guys next week, or sorry, not next week, next session, which is in 2 weeks. Thank you for watching Roll Call.
Yay.
We'll see you next time. Don't be tardy, but if you are,
I guess.
bring a tardy slip.
Or bring food.